Hello, Calabasas. This is Calabasas Teen Forum. I'm your host, Blake Jesse, and Calabasas Teen Forum is a place where teens can express their opinions on different topics. Today, we will be talking about charity works and community service, and these are our panelists. We have Kyle Sherline, who is a senior at Calabasas High School. He participates in church outreach programs and teaches ice skating to young children. We have Omid Kasari, who is a junior at Calabasas High School. He works at Sunrise Elderly Home playing bingo with the elderly, and he plays water polo at Calabasas High School. Star Smith, who is a junior at Calabasas High School. She participates in church outreach programs and works at a cerebral palsy disabled home. Brandon Kaufman, he works at West Valley Food Bank with his Boy Scout troop, and he donated blood to the American Red Cross today. Again, our topic is charity works and community service. So, Brandon, what comes to mind when you hear the word charity?
I think like helpful service to people and others that can benefit a community.
All right, Star, what do you have to say about
Definitely help. Just like trying to like reach out to other people.
that? I like that. Omid, what do you
I
have
feel
to say?
like I feel like when I hear charity, I just hear like people who just don't have the opportunity like most other people, that we as in like people who want to volunteer can just help whoever needs it. And that can be anyone from like elderly to sick to whatever. And that's what I think of charity.
I like that. And Kyle, what do you have to say?
I think charity is like an opportunity to give back to people who don't have it as good as we do. So like, why would you not help someone?
That's a good question. So let's start off with you, Kyle, since you were talking. What are some charitable works that you do?
I mean, I work a lot with the church because I coordinate events. We have a surfing trip we do all the time. It's every other weekend from 6 to 10, and then we go back and we worship God and all this good stuff.
That's good. All right, Omid, what are some charitable works that you do?
I work. I don't necessarily work, but I help volunteer at Sunrise. It's the old folks' home. It's like for the elderly. We just take care of them. Basically, I get to just play bingo with a bunch of elderly people, so it's a lot of fun. I just help set up like special events, such as like for Christmas or for Hanukkah or just all the fun stuff. And it's great because you get hours towards school. Yeah.
Like community service?
Yeah, community service hours towards your school, so it counts. And it's cool.
I do a lot of work with the CP home. It's in Westlake. It's basically we just kind of go there, hang out, sing, dance, play cards, whatever they're really up for doing. And it's just kind of being there for them, being friends with them. It's really cool.
That is pretty cool. What about you, Brandon?
I volunteer at the West Valley Food Bank in Canoga Park, and coincidentally today I gave blood for the American Red Cross, so yeah.
Well, that's good to know. So how did you guys all hear about the organizations that you were working with? Did you guys see like an ad, or did a friend recommend you, or Star? What did you have to say?
I had a couple people come up to me and ask me if I wanted to be involved in it, and at first I was kind of like, I'm not really sure if I'm out for like out wanting to outreach or anything, but once I got involved, it was actually really fun, and it made me feel better about like myself, and like made me feel like I was actually giving back for something.
Yeah, that's good.
It was cool.
What about you, Kyle?
Well, I mean, I go to church, so we have a youth group every Sunday at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And like I get there early and help them set up, and they were telling me, they're like, yeah, you should help us out. And I was like, yeah, let's get the ball rolling, let's do it.
Yeah.
With me, my cousin is a manager is like the manager for the actual Sunrise Elderly Home. So it's really cool, the opportunity that I have. Like, I can basically just go in and spend time with her, help her with paperwork, anything. Like, again, playing bingo with old people, it's a lot of fun. So, I mean, that's my opportunity.
Yeah. How'd you hear about the West Valley Food Bank, Brandon?
I'm in Boy Scouts, so we do a lot of charitable events, so that's just one of the events I've done.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. So why do you guys participate in these works that you do? Omid, like, why do you participate with the?
I do it for two reasons. One is it's for community service hours, which you would need to, which are required for your high school. But another reason is just because it's just like it's a lot of fun. It's like it makes me feel good that I can help other people and they're satisfied with like me just even being there. I don't even have to do anything. I could just put a smile on their face, and it's just like it's just really awesome to do that.
Right. And speaking of high school, Star, do you think that high school should make it mandatory to have a certain number of community service hours to graduate, like Las Virginias Unified School District has?
I think that the requirement is 15 hours, if
Yeah.
I do believe so, yeah. And I think that's a pretty good amount of time. I think that you can fit that in a year, and I think that it kind of gives you the opportunity to branch out and actually get involved in these certain communities or certain charity events. So it kind of gives you like the capability to reach out. And I think that's a pretty good amount of hours. So
Yeah.
And
Would you
then
guys?
also, I wanted to say, I feel like it should. I feel like it should be limited. Not limited. Sorry. Like I think it's fine that they have it how it's like 15 hours, but I feel like they should reward people for extending the limit, as
Right.
in like, cause like it'll just encourage people to go out and do more, and it's just so much better for, the people that we're helping.
Right.
I just think it's really cool.
Right, because I know I have a lot more than 15 hours. I think I have like over 50 or something. But yeah, I mean, because you guys all sound like you do this frequently, so if there was an added like benefit to
Yeah.
it, it would just sort of drive the other people to do more.
Yeah.
And yeah, how are you guys going to keep up with all these activities outside of high school?
Like, what do you mean?
well, I'm staying locally, so
Yep.
I'm not going out of state, so I guess I can still be involved in all these places. And even if I wasn't, I'd probably get involved in something similar if I wasn't involved, if I wasn't staying in the state.
Yeah.
So.
Brandon, what about you?
I try to balance out my schedule so that everything fits in and make sure everything is like local. But now that I have a driver's license, it makes it easier on myself and my parents.
Right. So, Kyle, you work at your church, right? So you
Yeah.
do work with the kids. Do you ever feel like your work sometimes goes unnoticed at all?
I mean, not really, because all the kids are like they're really bright and like they recognize the fact that you're helping them, and I never had like a kid that was just like mean to me. So
Right. Yeah. And then Brandon, you work at like a food bank. Do you ever feel like they sort of don't appreciate the work that you put in for them and stuff like that?
Most of the time they do. We, as like a troop or as an organization, we always like bring enough and we always help out the community, which is a good feeling.
Right. So what do you guys like about the services that you provide with these different organizations? Omid, let's start with you.
Well, honestly, for me, again, I just keep repeating myself, but it's true. It's the satisfaction of just like helping other people, putting a smile on other people's faces, and the free food's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, food can pretty much draw anyone to do anything.
Okay.
And then, Brandon, you said you donated to the Red Cross today and you have your bandage on and everything. So what do you like about doing that, or how does that make you feel that you've
I
helped
feel
people?
really good because I saved up to 3 lives. It might have taken a long time, 3 hours, but it was still satisfactory.
Yeah, yeah. So how would you guys say that the work that you specifically do, like Star with the church outreach and stuff, would benefit like the Calabasas community or other communities?
I think that specifically with cerebral palsy patients and people that suffer, it kind of gives people especially the people who are involved in it, satisfaction in making someone feel loved, because I haven't seen like any CP homes around Calabasas. I think that it kind of gives people the chance to reach out to people that maybe their families aren't always there for them, and being that friend to them is like super important. Like I feel like they don't have enough people in their lives that are like care about them the way that I think that my group of people like that always does. So
Right. You said CP home. What is a CP
cerebral
home?
palsy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a home where
Yeah.
people. Okay. So how could the organizations that you've worked with be better? Like, do you guys see any issues that you guys think should be changed or something?
I think that we could be a lot better in the church because it's like we don't have an abundance amount of kids. I want to get like more people into it. It's like a lot of kids don't want to get up at 6:30 in the morning on Sunday. Come on.
Yeah.
So I just think that like the more, the better.
Yeah, that's good. Overall, what do you guys think should be a priority of these organizations or different places like American Red Cross? Do you think that they should prioritize research, treatment, outreach, or awareness, and why?
Definitely awareness. I think that it's important for them to feel, or like people to know about it, because it's kind of unknown. I didn't really know about it at first. I had like people pointed out to me, and I kind of just went without knowing about it. So I guess that if people knew about it more, they would be more involved with it.
And by you mean cerebral palsy?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay. Brandon, what do you have to say about that?
I definitely agree with Star. Awareness is probably the main one because you need to know what's happening in your community. You need to help out with like, because maybe we're fortunate, but like you need to help out the less fortunate.
What do you mean by help out? Like volunteer?
Volunteer
Or
and
donate
like,
money or stuff like that?
You could donate money in a way, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what about you?
I also agree with Star, because if without awareness, then I mean, who is there to actually donate the money into research, into all this, like into curing, like all this stuff? It's goes unnoticed if it's not like talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, awareness is is top for
Right. Kyle, what about you?
I mean, I agree with it, but it's got its faults like everything else.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, people aren't like always going to donate money because some people don't know. You have to actually like show them.
Right. So you agree
You
with
want
the
to
whole
like
awareness?
so like advertisement or something.
Okay.
Like, get the word out.
Right. Okay. And then, do you guys think that community-oriented organizations, like if we had like organizations in Calabasas, have a better advantage over the larger, more industrial organizations like the American Red Cross? Kyle.
I don't think they do because they don't have the advertising that they need.
Okay. What about you, Star?
I agree with them. Yeah.
I didn't understand the question.
Do you think that community-oriented organizations have a better advantage over the more larger organizations? Do you feel that the larger organizations have a better advantage?
Well, I mean, the larger organizations definitely have a better advantage because they actually like put a lot of time and effort into the awareness of it. But community, I feel like the community is just basically just no. Well, I don't know what to say to that, to be honest.
Or Brandon, you work with the West Valley Food Bank, which is obviously a West Coast food bank. So, do you think that they have an advantage over like having the better community, or do you think that American Red Cross, which is the big industrialization, industry has a better like advantage?
Coming from a business standpoint, marketing is always key. So like, the small places have a chance, but the bigger like industries have much of a better chance. So.
Yeah, like American Red Cross, like at the blood drive, they were handing out like T-shirts and like stickers.
Right.
Like, I mean, they're really getting it out there. As for
Right.
like
I know, I got my
smaller
sticker.
places, yeah, they don't have like T-shirts and stickers and like all of the like magnets you can put on your fridge. So it's like it's not really spoken about that much.
Yeah. Do you guys see? I know all of you guys are friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you guys see a lot of your other friends participating in similar works like you, or what else do you guys see them doing?
Go ahead.
Well, it's not that I don't see them, it's I get them into it sometimes. So like sometimes I'll convince them to come and like, like join me, see how it is. If you like it, if you like it, then do it, But if you don't enjoy it, then don't do it. Then like it's fine that you help right now, but I mean,
Yeah. Kyle, what about you?
I mean, I don't see I don't see a lot of people having the same drive as I do because like they don't know, because they're sheltered from that.
So do you think that if they were more aware of the stuff that's out there that they could help with, or
Oh yeah, I'm
sort
pretty
of
sure if there was a lot more awareness that
people would?
more people would be into it.
Yeah. Star, what about you?
Yeah, definitely. I guess that I am kind of friends with people that do the similar activities or similar outreach programs. So I guess I see a couple more of my friends doing it, but I try to get them more involved with it. I don't really like have like any.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon, what about you?
I have a couple friends that are involved, like, with like charity work, but they don't do it as much as I do because they don't have a lot of time. But maybe they should manage their time more.
Yeah. Would you guys say that you're helping these organizations more out of the goodness of your heart, or are you just doing it for like college applications, or like to show that you're like, oh, I'm helping people kind of thing?
I think it's just like my own like it's like I feel, get a certain like pride out of it. Like I'm not one of those selfish people, so I have to like help other people.
Yeah. Would you say that people do it just for that, or do you?
I mean, there's some, but like I think that it's like anything. Like there's other people that'll do that for college, and there's other people that'll do it just for satisfaction.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think that it has a lot to do with what you're involved with in general. If you're involved with something that's more or less just for college, or if not, it's not really.
I mean, but either ways, if you think about it, it's like you're still helping.
Right.
And if you enjoy it, then keep doing it. That's perfect. That's wonderful. You know, it's something you enjoy doing, then do it.
Yeah. So, like, how would you guys say people could get more involved if they hadn't gotten the hours for high school done?
I know the school has like programs that connect to like charity work.
The
So
websites, yeah.
on the website, so like people should like go on the website more, go to the main office and like look up some of these charitable events so they can like get involved in the community.
So you say like the school puts out a lot of.
The school should and does put out a lot of the information.
And not only do they have websites, or you don't have to just go to the main office. We have clubs for this kind of things, like there's Cookies for Cancer. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Are you guys in any of those clubs, by the way?
I personally am in the student senate, which is like that does extracurricular.
Okay.
I'm not, but I kind of want to join. I kind of want to start a club, just.
And I feel like not waiting to the last minute to do your hours is like really important. So like definitely like get more involved sooner than later. So
Yeah.
yeah.
How can the community support your organization, or how can they get involved in the stuff you guys specifically do?
I think we need to like make like something that's like the outreaches to a lot of other people. Like at the Commons, we should like set up like a little stand area, and like pass out stuff and be like, hey, this is good stuff. You should get into it.
So like if we had like a day where people could come and
Yeah.
like see what's going on and have them come support.
They had that at the 5K run that we recently had here at Calabasas. There were plenty of booths set up, like different organizations doing different things. There were students that go to Calabasas High School that set up a booth, and they sold bracelets. I'm not sure what it was for, but they sold bracelets, and it was for, I'm pretty sure it was for cancer
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
awareness.
was for
Yeah,
breast
like those
cancer
purple
awareness.
bracelets.
Yeah.
And like these ways they can just, you know, help people. Like it's like fun, you know, 5K run. Who doesn't want to run
Right.
for awareness? It's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Renee, what about you?
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, how can the community support your organization? Like, how do you think they can get more involved with, like, the West Valley Food Bank or your Boy Scouts or something?
Maybe they should have flyers or something and try to encourage more young people to get involved with the community.
Yeah.
I have an idea for you, Brandon. Like, I know you guys sell popcorn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, and on the bags of popcorn, you should like have like all your like advertisement about this stuff.
Most of it's like pre-done, but I
Yeah, I mean,
see
you
what
could
you're
get in
saying.
touch with them.
I see what you're saying. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that food drives are extremely like necessary. I feel like resources aren't too great, and their families don't really like give that much or pay that much attention. And I think that that's like kind of the community's job is like one big group, you know.
Right, yeah, because I know Calabasas High School, they're putting on they have going a drive where all the clubs that have different, that are different charitable clubs, you can come and donate like your Halloween candy or something like that,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
use
I heard about
towels
that.
for animals and stuff like that. All right, so if you guys could do more, if you had more time to do more, what would you guys do?
I probably want to get in like soup kitchen stuff. Like,
Yeah, definitely. same.
Definitely.
I feel like I could spend more time with like elderlies and just helping them out with whatever they need, because the actual job that like what I do is I volunteer there, so I don't really do any of the jobs that the helpers, like
Employees.
employees who actually work at the Sunrise do. Like what they do, they actually assist old people coming up and down. But just whatever they can do to help, I feel like I could help. I could do the same, like not just play bingo with them.
Right.
I'd try to volunteer more, maybe at different organizations, like maybe at the hospital around the corner, or like maybe the Calabasas library or something. I'll just try to figure it out.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. Thank you guys for sharing your opinions and the stuff that you guys do. If you guys would like more information, please visit us at www.cityofcalabasas.com if you would like to suggest topics or participate in this at all. Again, my name is Blake Jesse, and I'm your host. Thanks for watching Calabasas Teen Forum.